Oh, well, yeah,
So
yeah.
that
It's
was
a
going to be
beast.
the first question.
It's a beast out there. Yeah.
How was DC traffic today?
Yeah, it was real. It was real.
Um, this might be a bad question since you just got here. I was gonna ask for it. Don't know if you had any update on Aaliyah.
No, no, but we haven't. I don't even know if we're out on the court just yet.
I don't.
Our,
Some of y'all are. I don't know if
yeah,
she is though.
yeah. I'm not sure if she's out there yet, so I gotta wait a little bit longer.
Gotcha.
But fingers crossed.
I want to ask you. Last game, you were kind of talking about getting Sonya a little bit more involved, um, and without you know detailing the game plan.
Yeah,
Is that as simple as just like calling more sets for her? Or are there other ways to kind of get her, I guess, going or more involved earlier?
yeah. Definitely play calls. I mean, there's no question about that. And there is some intentionality there when she's on the court. Um, Trying to remember Kareem. It's a blur right now. These games are coming fast. There was some foul trouble, but and I'm not excusing that, but that can you know uh, rock the boat there a bit. But also awareness. Like putting a lot on our point guards to do a lot. In terms of running the ship or different reads, finding folks in their sweet spot, and just an awareness of like where our shooters are, and that I think this Lucy has carved out a nice niche for her. Steph, her jump shot has been here and there, but we still trust her a lot. So I think play calls 1,000%. Coaches own that. Um, and then I think when we get out there on the floor, just like kind of executing and working together to find Sonya when she's open.
With this being a back-to-back weekend, what are some things you think this young group can kind of learn from that format, or what are you looking for out of the two games, in terms of progress or learning or growth?
Yeah, I think that being good is really difficult. We're playing two bona fide playoff teams back to back, and how we perform offensively and defensively and give ourselves to each other in tough moments. Um, that that lesson there, like no one's gonna be feeling sorry for us. No one's people are gonna look at the end result and grade us, no matter if it's a back to back or against good teams or not. It's just kind of understanding, like to be good, you got to do some tough, challenging things and try to overcome. And those are great lessons. But I think that's definitely waiting for us, and that's not only back to back, but 3 games in the next 4 and 4 games in the next 6.
And on Tuesday you talked about kind of how the team in the second half is going to get scouted more, and you have to be able
Yeah,
to adjust to that and go to more counters, right?
yeah.
What is kind of that teaching process like for you? How difficult is kind of, I don't know if you want to call it a mindset shift, but what does that kind of look like?
Yeah, Jen, you might have a spot in coaching. Just I'm
I hope not.
honestly, yeah, yeah. That's up to you. But honestly, just in terms of like that awareness, right there, what you said, you couldn't have said it better. Like it's there's a learning curve in terms of understanding. Okay, now you've kind of set a nice basis for what you can do individually and as a team, and now you get scouted and it's like, oh, those first 1 or 2 looks that you have normally gotten, those are gone, and it's now look 3 and look 4 and look 5 even, and then new looks have to emerge as well. All of that is a real learning curve, and like a yeah, just like growth development in terms of like taking that on and being up for that. It's just very difficult to be good over a sustained period of time, and that's what the Skylar Diggins of the worlds, to name one. Like she's figured that out, and that's something that I think for our group that's learning and growing, the majority of them, that's what we're here to support them and help them figure that out, and has to happen for us to try to continue to have the success that we want.
Just one more for you. I know you're not looking farther ahead than the game at hand, but we do sometimes. And
Sure.
for this group to be where they are and potentially able to make the playoffs, potentially be playing meaningful basketball when when the calendar, gets to end of August, early September. How important are those outcomes as far as accelerating development or growth of this team, with where you are now as opposed to, not being as competitive?
Could you? How do you mean, Jen?
Basically, like if you're in the playoffs, how much does that help players along, or even if you're not in the playoffs, but if you're really battling to the end to get a spot?
Yeah, I'm glad. Okay, I'm glad I asked a follow up. Yeah, I'd say, but like, you want to play, you want to go out there and play to win and show the growth that you have like every single day, and so then wherever that leads, it leads. So, um, so I would say, yeah, you can take a lot of learning from making the playoffs. You can take a lot of learning from striving to be in the playoff hunt, which is like where we are now, but there's like what 20 games ago. So I just think like I think I think the ride, the journey is we want to be, playing relevant basketball all the way up to September 9, and then what happens happens. You know what I mean? And that's where I don't look and go, oh, we have to make the playoffs, or we have to do this, or we need this many people on the All WNBA. No, but we want to be playing meaningful basketball and pick up these lessons all along the way for our overall growth and development. Because that to me is the biggest thing. So I'm not sure if that answered your question, but I tried. Yeah.
That's it. Thanks, everyone.
All right. Thank you.